What's up, guys? It's your host, International Living Watch 2024, back here again, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you my 1981 Pifco 8 or 8.5 inch desk fan. So this was my first vintage fan I ever got back in like 2021, and it has been in my collection ever since then, and all I've really done to it is cleaned it up and fitted a new plug. This fan is honestly, in my opinion, better than any modern piece of crap that you can get today. And honestly, Pifco, these fans are still fantastic today. Even the little 8-inch models like these, they're not as good as 70s or 60s fans, or even 50s or 30s and earlier, but they're still fantastic fans, and they're definitely something that will stand the test of time. So let's without further ado, let's look at the fan itself, shall we? It's got your typical Pifco blue badge from the time. As you can see, it's a very nice badge grill, or just grill badge. It's a 2-speed fin, as you can see, and it's got blue numbers for the switches, and it shares parts with a Sanyo desk fan from the time. Now I'll show you the side. There's the side of the fan, and zoomed in. As you can see, very nice looking fan. Very nice. And this fan has plenty of ventilation on the back, as you can see, which is very nice. And as you can see, it has a regular style oscillator, as you can see. The later mid-80s and the late 80s ones have just a push button oscillator, but this one has just a standard oscillation, which is the best in my opinion. Now these fans, I know, have issues where they tend to focus camera. The oscillators tend to slow down over time. It's more common on the push button ones, but it happens to these as well. But yeah, as you can see here, it does need a clean, but it's far from the worst. And again, something I like about this is it actually has metal gears. If they're plastic, they're just ABS gears, but they've got a steel cog around them. Like it's almost like a traction tyre. Very high quality stuff, and it's a shaded pole motor, but I don't really care, because it's, even though shaded pole motors are known for not being very good on the power, they are brushless, which is better for fans. And they are definitely not far from the worst motors out there. There are much worse motors. On the bottom here you have your date code. Week 5 of 1981. This denotes the week. That denotes the year. Most of these were made. Most of the grey ones were made in 1981. But for yes, the click sounds really loud on this fan. I don't like the loud click on this fan. This thing, well, what I've noticed is that on the later ones, that is not actually a date code, because all the later ones say 81 or 82 or something like that as well. And I know the those models weren't made then, so definitely not that. Right, I'm going to show you now the plug. Again, the plug, it really has a Delta plug on it. And this was back in the day, you had to fit your own plug, but I replaced it with a Status or Status. I don't know who makes it, but you see this plug everywhere. It's a decent quality plug. However, they're always flashing the plastic. It's not the best quality plug, but it does the job. And yeah, as long as it does the job, that is all, and it does it well, which it does. That's all that really matters. It's also safer than the original Delta plug. However though, I would have bought a Delta plug. I might in the future replace it with a Delta plug that has the safety shield on it. So, or insulations, it's probably called. Some people call it safety shield. You can have it your way. But I'm going to call it just a safety. I'm just going to call it a safety shield. But we'll remove this very nice grey with a hint of purple cord to it. I really like the colour scheme of this fan. It actually goes well with my decor, especially the kitchen decor, where it's mostly grey and white. Looks fantastic in any modern setting. Looks better than any modern fan. Now we're going to run this guy. So here we go. Yeah, it is low. It's about as noisy as an SMC 9-inch desk fan, but it's still far quieter than any modern fan you get today. And the shade pole motors are much better built and have much better windings and a design. And I'm already going to tell you, this is moving a lot of air for what it is. However, though, it's not as powerful as a Galaxy or Electrostar, nor is it as powerful as a Jet or Tatung DS9. But it's still pretty powerful, and here is high. And honestly guys, that noise is totally bearable. I can sleep to that. I actually find that noise quite satisfying. It's a really nice, good air mover. Especially for an 8.5-inch desk fan as well. I guess you can class this as a 9-inch. The grill is technically a 9-inch grill, but the blades are 8.5 inches in diameter, so 8.5 inch it is. Now you can engage the oscillation mechanism, which on this fan it's not at all jerky, it's nice and smooth. And it oscillates nice and slowly as well. And no, the motor does not slow down when it oscillates. Connectix one has an issue, oops, that's off, where it tends to slow down on oscillation, which is very, very annoying. But thankfully this one doesn't have that fault, which is good to see. Right. Off. This fan's going to need an oiling at some point, but that's going to happen not just yet. Overall, this is a pretty good fan. I like its design. It has quality to it, which you won't find with anything modern. And I'm telling you that for what it is, it's definitely a very nice fan. Even the non-fan collector would be happy with one of these because it's robust. In fact, if you're looking for a fan that's going to last, going to serve you well, but you don't want to pay for something particularly expensive, and you just want something that moves air well, for non-fan collectors, this is actually a perfect deal because both the 8 and 10-inch versions of this fan are really good air movers, and so is the 16-inch as well. But however, though, this is more leaning towards fan collectors because fan collectors are interested in this vintage design, which people like, the hubcap style grill, hubcap style badge. This is stuff that we like, and it actually fits well with my kitchen decor because my kitchen decor is white and grey, as you can see, acacia wood. So that fan goes really well in there. And just to prove it, this is what it looks like in, oops, it's a bit unstable because it's on the wire, but there we go. This is what it looks like in a grey and white setting. It looks like it's meant to be there, a permanent feature of the room. But it wasn't. This kitchen was built in 2019, But it fits in well with my washing machine, my hot point washing machine and condenser dryer. It fits in well with the air fryer, the microwave, the oven. You name it, it goes well with anything. And yes, the oven is black and grey, but it doesn't matter, does it? It's a Neff oven, by the way. Piece of crap. Never again one of these Neffs. The old Neffs used to be really well made, but Neff moved to China, and the build quality got worse, which is basically that. But hey, not worth moaning about because I'm stuck with it now for at least another 10 years. But it's a decent fan, well actually a very good fan, and I recommend it. Thanks for watching. To both fan collectors and non-fan collectors alike. Peace and have a good one, guys.